Okay, I wasn't sure that was going to work. Timestamp, August 6th, 2025, about 2:20 p.m., being head-butted in the butt, which means Scrappy would like to go outside. No, I know Tiny took you out, but I'm going to humor you, because it is rumbly. Anybody want to go out? Not you, Hex. No? Delusional? Okay. Yep. To quote the song, there it is. Got up a little while ago, doing my dailies on my games. I'm coming. Checking on the memory transfer regarding files on my computer. It took hours and hours, but of course it did, because there's a kind of cool wind going on right now. The lack of completion on that shed has me worried, because it really does, during a good wind, do the bad toupee thing. Tiny was saying we should finish the construction, but the whole purpose is to not need sheds, because we're thinning the herd, as it were. We don't need to add construction, we need to take away, because that part of things has gotten out of hand here. With mention for 2 years, trying to fortify the place. Like that, to defend the things his wife has been purchasing from the burglar. It's a rather odd made-for-TV movie, I am aware. But it is the reality I find myself in. But yeah, daytime, maybe you can tell that trailer, which is wedged up against that shed. We're not even sure what's in that. That trailer's full of bikes. There's 20, 30, 40, don't even know. Varying conditions. Plus the ones that are stacked on the lanai. We're going to grab the ones from the lanai first, because those are covered, out of the way, not really doing us any harm the second. Those, we can free up some real estate. At least that's the idea. Try and start getting Leonardo Station back online. I still feel good, but I still look around and go, my God, what have I got to do? Brewed some coffee. I haven't even poured a cup yet. I'm gonna Okay, you're over there, so I don't know what that was. Big bunny? 60-pound rabbit. My name is Bruno. People do not typically talk about me. There's even a song. Good, you're doing Both your business. I appreciate that. I guess he did have to go. Not going to catch it on film. That's private. Welcome back. Pretty sure you chased the bunny out from there. I don't think it went back. I think it's hiding with the lawnmowers. The soup last night was a hit. Tiny came back for thirds, I think. Which is fine. I made a lot. There's still some in there in the fridge. Oi. Street lights on. Get home. Gen X speak, yeah. Walk around. 2 cats and an old chihuahua. Oh, I need to get you a cookie. Came already. Alright, Hex. Quit sweeping the leg. You know, C is for cookie. Apparently it's good enough for you. Hex, I'd offer you something, but you're an alien and for some reason you don't like any kind of treat I've tried. It's very weird. Yeah. It's like a minefield here. We walk around people. I'm almost out of creamer. Now I got a couple other flavors in here, but almost out of my favorite. Crisis. Yep, that's hot coffee, all right. Lifted the little flap to avoid spillage, as it were. Sometimes it will like pour funny. And splashed back. Splashed back? Yeah, splashed back some onto my right thumb. It's warm. So yeah, I made some Starbucks. Get off me. Me. I tickle, stop it. The medium breakfast blend. Just a little different. And it's really good, I have to admit. Again, I won't pay $8 for a cup of coffee in the wild, but they have a good brew. Okay, so trying to transfer all the Ring footage from basically using my computer as a conduit, one database, one external drive to the other. Hopefully I don't lose power in the middle of this, because it's saying it's about a 2-hour job. About 18 gigs. Excuse me. Ring footage takes up huge amounts of memory. Still got the ADT system here. I'm going to be switching that over to a Ring system here in the near future because it's more customizable and I know my way around it. Hey, Scrap, why don't you leave him alone? Nice. And I've got the head start of having like 5 or 6 cameras. I need to order a few more. I need to replace the doorbell cam. There's an ADT one on there right now. And because it's funny, some of the last footage we have from the place is the ADT guy actually looking at the doorbell cam and starting to unscrew. It's kind of funny last footage. That's when we were officially offline. It's like, okay, well, that's our last camera, so I spent probably a month checking in with Brian down the street to make sure that my parents were still alive. That was the only way we could keep track to make sure that my parents were still okay, was them coming and going through the doorbell camera. Like, well, they just left to go to the village and they're still alive. Okay, good. Mom's limping a little bit more than usual. Her feet look puffy. Okay, well, it's because she's not eating correctly and the diabetes is like really grabbing hold. And we kind of expected that. Probably some kidney action going on there too, because they go hand in hand, you know. She was renal stage 4, plus the COPD, plus the heart condition, plus the diabetes. This is why I was trying to cook correctly for her. So, going to be wrapping up the dining room table that's in the living room. And some of that stuff is garage sale stuff. Going to be setting up staging for garage sale for Saturday. Not the most exciting plans for the day, but forward movement. So we got to start thinning it, and we've got enough of our stuff to do a garage sale, but I want to be able to do a multi-family and start thinning their crap. You know, my mom said, don't sell any of my stuff until after I'm dead. Well, okay. I'm honoring every promise. You know. And I think I'm going to sell those. They're out there somewhere. When I find them, I'll show them to you. Giant cheese boards. I mean, giant cheese boards. Yes, cheese boards. The kind that you would put like bread and cheese and, you know, like a Renaissance feast kind of thing. And they're probably 2.5 feet by 2 feet. They're just huge. And she's got 2 of them. And that was one of the things that I got accused of stealing. Was I stole her cheese boards. And I'm like, they're packed in the garage. They're by the white cabinet. She's, you know, well, Dad doesn't see them. So they're gone. No. Dad doesn't see them because, number 1, he wants me to look like a villain. And number 2, he has dementia and you can't take his word for anything. Middle of last year, she said, we were talking on the phone, she wasn't in the hospital at this moment, she told me, I found the cheese boards in the garage, which was as close to an apology as I was going to get from my mom. I was like, told you I didn't take them. She's like, Fred seems so sure. It's like, Fred thinks there are people in the kitchen that stand around drinking coffee staring at him, and there's no one there. Him not noticing a couple of cheese boards, or not noticing them on purpose. Yeah. I don't know why this is so difficult for you. You know. I did not steal your cheese boards. But I will sell your cheese boards because, to me, because we're not hosting Renfest at Leonardo Station, they are really pointless. She was like, but I really love them. You're never going to use them. Why do you love them? Oh, they're fabulous. How big are the flies you need to kill? You know what I mean? It's like, They're so fabulous. You got 2 of them. Why? Why would you do such a thing? It's all very confusing to me. But I will sell those damn cheese boards. Hopefully someone else will look at one or both of them and go, I must have that in my life. I must have those in my... I want both of them. I will pay you hundreds of dollars. I don't know, I think they are actually like $50 each, but I'm not going to ask for that. Just please, someone buy them. Dear God in heaven, someone buy these things. I kind of don't want to look at them, you know, because of all of that. I look at it and laugh, but at the same time, it makes me, you know, furious. You barking at me? Doing your goose impression? Pretty good. It's the old man. He's barking at Jinx for some reason. I think that's a bark. That is the bark of a 13-year-old chihuahua. Meanwhile, ducks are gathering on the lanai. Pretty sure. Is that Lou? I hear Lou. Is he inside? Lou, honk again if you're inside. I don't know. But yeah, selling cheese boards. And kitchen sundries. I've got an ice maker, like a countertop ice maker that my mom swore up and down she loved and used all the time, yet the 6 months that I was here helping, I never saw her go to it once. It was dry. There you go. I definitely think there was some cognitive decline where she was concerned. And denial. But, of course there was, right? Oh my God, that's so good. Okay, we're doing the burger time. Yeah, when this is all over, that's actually one of the games I'm going to get. Might have mentioned this, but I think it's Arcades Market. They buy and sell used, and they do refabs. They do reproductions, but they have a Burger Time. It's one of their normal models that they make and sell. They have a Burger Time multicade that they market and sell. A little bit over 2,000. It's like 2,400. But I've seen the video demo on it. It's got a trackball, so it's not a Burger Time like perfect reproduction. You know, you're not going to look at it as a Gen Xer who played the arcade game. You're not going to look at it and go, "That's Burger Time." You're going to look at it and go, "That's Burger Time," but it has some controls on it that you don't use in Burger Time. Some extra controls, which but that's because they set it up as a multicade, and they've got a trackball so that you can run the centipede, millipede. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with my stuff doesn't have to be like perfect reproductions if there's a point to it, you know. Sam. But yeah. Goofy game, but man, I played the hell out of that at Chuck E. Cheese back in the day. I don't think they had it at Showbiz. I don't remember playing it at Showbiz. I remember it was like there were 20 games that I played at Showbiz and 20 games that I played at Chuck E. Cheese, and like 5 of them overlapped. So there were 15 that I only played here and 15 that I only played here. You know what I mean? And 10 that I could play, or 5 that I could play at either one, kind of thing. Ish. You know, they both had a Berserk machine. Only Showbiz had Xenon pinball, though. My first pinball love. True story. And there's somebody on one of the websites that I go to that has one for sale for like $2,000, and it looks pretty good. I am behaving because I've got it, but that's lunch money, you know. I'll get one. Even if it's when all this is over, I'll get one. Yeah, it's been a long 2 years. It's actually more than 2 years now, but it's like 2.5 years of silliness. Exactly. Anyway, I'm gonna check on, okay. Doing good on the transit, hooray. That makes a big difference, appreciate that. Way to go. Yeah, I'm gonna make some breakfast, probably gonna do some yogurt. Sounds good. Coffee's really hitting the spot too. Anyway, yeah, yogurt, and then get that dining room table finished off. Start staging for the garage sale a little bit. Got some pricing to do, but I want to make sure the computer isn't trying to do what it's trying to do while I'm looking things up, because I don't want to make it choke and like shut down mid-transfer. That would be dumb because it's avoidable, you know. It's a really good computer, but there is such a thing as too much or too far. So, trying to use my head for something other than knocking down brick walls. Anyway, works pretty good. Very hard there. That's why there's no hair. Feel good though. Yeah, weird. Strangely peaceful. I mean, there's still that overwhelming feeling going on, but the past couple days I've been, and no marijuana, okay? Not even chewables. But yeah, just really kind of at peace about the whole thing. Which, I mean, that's good. I've grown. I know I'm fighting some anger, resentment, bitterness, all that stuff. I know I am. I'm trying to let that go. The whole gratitude first concept, you know. It's hard to be thankful for the last 2.5 years of shenanigans. There's a lot of suffering that, for everyone, that was really avoidable. You know? It's hard being the grown-up in the room when no one's listening. And I hate to yell. Anyway. Going through my toys. I'm gonna order more of these when the time is right. But I found some more Minis. I ordered like a 12-pack of these things. They wind up being about $1 each. They're kind of, the hip swivels. The legs don't bend or anything, but the hip is on like a post. You can move the head and or the arms. Otherwise, they're almost Kenner-like early Kenner. but especially for doing diorama stuff, I mean, you can take other figures and mod them into zombies, but that just means you're destroying another figure, unless it's already kind of a garbage figure. Like, quite frankly, some of the dollar store soldier figures are pretty awful. So those are good cannon fodder. But I mean, these come in like a 6-pack, and I've got one over there that's like in like beach shorts and a tank top. This guy, he reminds me of the one from Shaun of the Dead, except his arm's not off. He's wearing a little tuxedo. I don't think his wedding went well. Just saying. But yeah, no, I found this guy and a bunch of other stuff, and I was like, oh my god, that's so great. I'm gonna show them on YouTube. But yeah, the company that has them, they've got, like, you can actually order like 72 at a time in a package. It's like a little bit of a discount. And I've got that in my like save for later file and have for a year. Money frees up, I'm gonna grab one of those just because these are great for the background, doing dioramas and stuff. Good 4-inch scale. Next to one of the clones. Perfect. Perfect 3 3/4 scale. And again, I think there's like 6 different ones in the set, so pretty good versatility. I can like repaint clothing and stuff just to give some diversity if I need to. But yeah. Anyway, make it a great day.